Feeding a family of 10 from just a tiny backyard garden may sound impossible, but the Amish make it a reality every year. Their success comes from combining time-tested farming methods with careful planning and hard work, all without relying on modern machines or chemicals. By maximizing every inch of space, nurturing rich soil, and working together as a family, the Amish produce abundant, nutritious food year-round. How do they manage to grow so much food with so little land and no modern technology? Stay with us as we explore their simple yet effective gardening secrets. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories about sustainable living and traditional ways of life. Let's dive in. Amish families believe that every square foot of land has potential, and they make sure none of it goes to waste. Even a small backyard, like a quarter acre, is transformed into a highly productive food garden. They begin with raised beds and grid layouts using the square foot gardening method. This system divides the space into small sections, maximizing plant density without crowding. They also practice succession planting, where one crop follows another. Lettuce might be harvested early and replaced with carrots or beans. No patch of soil is ever left idle. To expand further, they use vertical growing techniques. Vines like cucumbers and tomatoes are trained on trellises and fences, freeing up ground space. The Amish take a hands-on approach to soil care, often avoiding heavy machinery in favor of hand tools or horse-drawn plows. This gives them precise control over soil depth and prevents harmful compaction. Their real secret, though, is the creation of super-rich living soil that improves year after year. Composting is a daily habit. Every kitchen scrap, plant trimming, and bit of animal waste is turned into dark, nutrient-rich compost full of life-giving microbes. They also practice smart manure management, collecting and aging cow, horse, and chicken manure into powerful, natural fertilizer. Between growing seasons, cover crops like rye or clover are planted to replenish the soil. The Amish avoid monoculture farming and instead embrace companion planting, an age-old method where specific plants are grown together to help each other thrive. This technique naturally boosts yields and reduces pests without needing chemicals. One classic example is the Three Sisters. Corn grows tall, beans climb the corn stalks, and squash spreads along the ground, shading out weeds and locking in moisture. Another favorite pairing is tomatoes and basil. Basil not only improves the flavor of tomatoes, but also repels harmful insects. Carrots and onions make another smart duo. Onions deter carrot flies, while carrots loosen compacted soil for better root growth. By carefully choosing which crops to grow side by side, the Amish create balanced mini ecosystems in every garden bed. The Amish manage garden pests without relying on harmful chemicals, instead using time-tested, natural methods that protect both people and the environment. Crop rotation is a key strategy. By changing the location of crops each season, they disrupt the life cycles of pests and prevent soil from becoming exhausted. Another clever technique is the use of chicken patrol. Free-range chickens roam the garden, pecking at bugs, slugs, and insect larvae before they become a problem. The Amish also plant insect-repelling herbs and flowers like marigolds, mint, and garlic around garden beds. These plants release strong scents that deter pests such as aphids, beetles, and cabbage worms. Though slower than chemical sprays, these methods are long-lasting, eco-friendly, and keep gardens naturally healthy. For the Amish, growing food is only part of the process. Preserving it without electricity is equally important. They've mastered traditional methods that keep harvests fresh for months or even years. Canning is common. Using wood-fired stoves, they seal tomatoes, beans, fruits, and jams in glass jars. These preserved goods can last through multiple seasons. In root cellars, cool, underground spaces with steady humidity, they store potatoes, carrots, apples, and cabbage without refrigeration. Drying and dehydrating is another method. They sun-dry herbs, corn, and apples, or use warm ovens. Fermentation adds variety to their pantry with pickles, sauerkraut, and relishes, made using only salt and thyme. These low-tech techniques ensure that one growing season can sustain an Amish family all winter long. The Amish place deep trust in heirloom seeds, traditional varieties passed down through generations, untouched by modern genetic modification. Unlike GMO or hybrid seeds, heirlooms offer several key advantages. First, they're known for their superior flavor, making homegrown produce taste richer and more natural. Second, they adapt well to local soil and climate, growing stronger with each season. Most importantly, they reproduce true to type, meaning the seeds from this year's harvest can be saved and replanted next year. No need to rely on seed companies. This seed-saving tradition ensures long-term self-sufficiency and resilience. On even the smallest plots of land, the Amish can grow reliable, nutrient-rich food year after year, preserving both plant heritage and food independence. For the Amish, food production is a family affair. Everyone plays a role, and no job is too small. They don't rely on outside help or machines. Instead, they use teamwork to manage every step of the process. Men prepare the soil using horse-drawn plows and tools, ensuring it's ready for planting. Women take charge of planting, harvesting, cooking, and preserving the food. Children are active participants, helping with watering, weeding, and collecting vegetables. Even toddlers learn by watching and assisting where they can. This shared responsibility spreads the labor across many hands, making large tasks manageable. More importantly, it teaches children the value of hard work, food, and self-sufficiency from an early age, a lesson they carry into adulthood. In colder climates, where the growing season is short, the Amish use clever, low-tech methods to extend food production well into the cold months. Greenhouses, built from wood frames and covered in clear plastic or glass, trap sunlight and warmth, allowing them to grow cool weather crops like lettuce, herbs, and spinach, even in the middle of winter. Cold frames, which are smaller box-like structures with transparent lids, sit directly over garden beds, acting like mini greenhouses to protect young plants from frost. For extra warmth, they create hot beds by layering fresh manure beneath the cold frames. As the manure decomposes, it releases heat, gently warming the soil from below. Amish homesteads carefully integrate livestock not only for food but also to support their gardens. Goats and cows are important sources of rich manure, which is collected and composted to nourish the soil naturally. Meanwhile, chickens and ducks act as living pest control. They roam the garden eating weeds, insects, and larvae, while spreading fertilizer with their droppings. Rabbits also play a valuable role. Their droppings are high in nitrogen and can be applied directly to plants as a natural fertilizer. This close relationship between animals and crops creates a balanced, sustainable system where each part supports the other. By raising livestock this way, the Amish boost soil fertility, reduce waste, and help their gardens thrive without synthetic chemicals. The Amish follow a strict no-waste policy in their gardens, recycling everything to create a closed-loop system. Plant trimmings become compost, water from washing is reused for irrigation, and crushed eggshells add calcium to the soil. Old hay and straw serve as mulch to protect soil and reduce weeds. This recycling mindset conserves resources, maximizes efficiency, and allows the Amish to maintain highly productive gardens, even in small spaces. The Amish show us that you don't need large land or machines to grow abundant food. Just respect for the earth, careful planning, and family teamwork. Their use of companion planting, natural pest control, soil care, and food preservation creates a sustainable system that feeds many from a small space. By valuing heirloom seeds and practicing zero waste, they stay resilient and independent year after year. Whether you have a big farm or a small backyard, their methods offer timeless lessons on growing food efficiently and with care for the environment. What Amish gardening technique will you try first? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more tips on sustainable living.